Hey folks, today I'm playing through the King's Quest series, starting with King's Quest I, Quest for the Crown. There are a few different versions of this game, and this is the SCI Remake released in 1990, which is my personal favorite. I played a lot of Sierra games when I was younger, and I often find that early SCI graphics have a certain charm to them. I'm playing this on ScumVM. If you aren't familiar with ScumVM, it's a fantastic emulator for PC adventure and role-playing games of the 80s and 90s. If you haven't already, I highly recommend you check it out. I've configured it to use the MT32 music driver, which sounds a lot better than the AdLib or Sound Blaster, but is also what it was originally composed for. I've also set it to skip the EGA dithering step, which isn't quite how it looked back in the day, but it adds a little more color to the backgrounds. This isn't a speedrun, this is just sort of a casual playthrough of the game, but I am going for max points. It's a pretty short game, so I don't expect this to run too long. Anyway, with that, I'll give a moment for the music to finish and then we'll get started. Okay, we'll kick it off with the introduction. You are Sir Graham, the bravest and most honorable knight in the troubled realm of Daventry. King Edward the Benevolent, aged ruler of Daventry, has summoned you to the castle for reasons unknown. Greetings, Sir Graham. The king is expecting you. Allow me to escort you to His Majesty's throne room. Thank you, Sir Knight. Raise the portcullis. I am at your service, my king. I am an old man, Sir Graham, perhaps too old to carry the weight of this crown. My bones ache, my hands tremble. I'm afraid my time on earth grows short. But enough about me. Great misfortunes have befallen Daventry since the loss years ago of 3 magical treasures. I have chosen you, the finest knight in all of Daventry, to search for these lost treasures. Only then can this kingdom be restored to its former glory. And only then may I rest with the knowledge that my people are safe. The first treasure is a magic mirror that foretells the future. The second is a magical shield that protects the bearer from all mortal harm. The third and last is an enchanted chest that is forever filled with gold. I know that what I ask is difficult, nay, perhaps impossible. The dangers are many. But you are brave and pure of heart. This is why I chose you to volunteer. If you succeed, you will inherit my crown and will rule the realm of Daventry as your rightful king. Go, Sir Graham, and know that the fate of Daventry lies in your hands. Take heart, my king, I shall not fail you. All right. Oh, look at that. Got a little dragon guy in the water. And up. And I clicked on him. Wasn't supposed to do that. Okay. Let's try that again. I think we'll probably not use the mouse as much and try to stick to the keyboard. Unless I need the mouse. All right. So we're going to start. Usually in most places, most areas you come to, we have to look around. And that usually gives us hints as to things that we'll find there. You're in a shady forest clearing. A large rock rests in the middle of the clearing. Look at rock. You see nothing special, Sir Graham. Okay. Well, maybe we can look under the rock. Push rock. With a small shove, you manage to push the rock a few feet, revealing a shallow hole underneath. Look in the hole. There's an intricately carved dagger in the hole. Get the dagger. You reach to the hole and grasp the dagger, being careful not to cut yourself. Okay. Looking at my inventory, I have, this is a fine silver dagger with a very sharp edge. Okay. Got a large tree. Look at the tree. This is the largest oak tree you've ever seen. Its trunk seems to be about 10 feet around, and the thick, sturdy branches look like they could hold many times your weight. Let's climb the tree. Finding plenty of footholds in the coarse bark of the tree, you easily clamber up the trunk to the branches above. And this is where I switch to the mouse. Just because it's easier to walk on tree limbs with a mouse. Look. Far out on a huge branch, there is a nest. Look in nest. You're too far away from the nest to see it clearly. Alright, let's get a little closer. There is a perfect shimmering golden egg lying in the nest. Let's get the egg. You're not close enough to the nest. Okay, get a little closer. You carefully lift the golden egg out of the nest. And let's take the quick way down. Okay. We have a garden here. You see a brick border surrounding a well-kept garden. The garden. This is a well-tended carrot patch. The carrots look tempting to a hungry traveler. Let's get a carrot. You pluck a plump orange carrot from the ground. All right, we'll head north. This is the clear mountain lake with some low and rocky banks surrounding it. This is a charming little wooded area of the forest. Pine trees and lush grass grow in the especially rich soil here. Looking at the ground, from what you can see of it, looks like a colorful bowl of some sort. Let's get the bowl. All right, now we got a few things here. Looking at the bowl, inscribed on the inside of this empty ceramic bowl is the word fill. Got a point for that. Looks like an ordinary carrot. Nothing special about a carrot, I suppose. You're holding a lovely golden egg. Okay. There's a large walnut tree surrounded by several pine trees. Okay. Look at walnuts. These are some of the largest, plumpest walnuts you've ever seen. Get walnut. Choose a big, meaty-looking walnut from the bunch scattered around. All right. You're holding an ordinary walnut. Nothing special about a walnut, unless we open it, I suppose. When you open the walnut, you discover the nut inside is pure gold. Gold walnut. When you open the walnut, you discover the nut. Yeah, I already said that. Okay. All right, well, that's definitely weird. Nice to walk around, find gold things lying around. Okay. Revisiting this screen because I'm expecting to find an elf wandering around. Come back a few more times. There he is. Wandering along the banks of the beautiful lake, you see a cute little elf. Talk to the elf. The elf is impressed by your friendliness and responds by handing you an elegant little ring. I've had my eye on ye, Sir Graham. Methinks you might enjoy this little trinket. For just a wee bit of time, it has the power to make ye invisible. May it give ye as much entertainment as ye has given me this day. With that, the elf vanishes. Poof. Right, and we have a magic ring. Your hand tingles slightly as you look at this jeweled ring. All right. Well, let's continue to explore. I have to watch. Some areas are dangerous. This is like a witch and enchanter hang out around here. You're in an eerie, desolate part of the forest. Yeah, I think this is one of the places the enchanter comes. Notice a small hole at the base of one of the craggy boulders in the center of the clearing. Look at the hole. The hole appears to go deep down through the rock, into the ground below. You can barely make out a faint greenish glow somewhere far inside. Okay, it's interesting. See the back of the old tumble-down cottage, badly in need of repair. See a cottage in shambles. It saddens you to think that somebody might still live there. The woodcutter speaks to you, his voice broken with sorrow. We would welcome you to our home, Sir Knight, but we have had no food for so long. My beautiful wife cannot even rise from her bed. I fear she may die soon. Okay. Let's give him the bowl. Sir Knight, an empty bowl will not help us now. Alright. Well, it has that magic word fill, right? To your astonishment, something begins to bubble up from the bottom of the bowl. Within moments, the bowl is filled with a hot, savory stew. Give bowl to man. The woodcutter is overwhelmed with joy. Thank you, Sir Knight. We should never forget your kindness and generosity. Please take my fiddle as a small token of our thanks. Let's get the fiddle. This is the woodcutter's old fiddle. All right. This is a serene mountain lake with a small beach of pebbles on its edge. All right, let's get some pebbles. Grab a handful of pebbles. You're in a quiet part of the forest. There's an old rotted stump here. Look in stump. Inside the rotting stump, you notice a small leather pouch. Get pouch. As you lift the pouch from the stump, you feel its contents shifting inside. All right, so we have a small plain leather pouch. So let's open the pouch. Cautiously, you open the pouch and see many sparkling and flashing diamonds. Quickly, you close it again so as not to lose any. Okay. Treasure hiding everywhere. Look in log. You peer into the darkness inside the log, but there's nothing at all inside. Okay. Here's a goat. All right. This is a well. You have encountered an old stone well in the middle of these woods. Cut rope. You cut the bucket off the rope. All right, now we have an empty water bucket. All right, we want to lower the rope. The rope disappears into the darkness. Climb the rope. You're climbing a rope, suspended inside a dark, damp well. All right, we're going to save our game here. Let's let go. You're going to fill the bucket. With difficulty, you fill the bucket while swimming. Right. And let's dive down. You can see the bottom of the well below you. Look at that chest. It looks like this chest has been buried here for a very long time. I remember trying many ways to get that chest. And you never can. Climb out. And there is the magic mirror. The ferocious fire-breathing dragon is protecting the magic mirror. Now we throw water at dragon. That was quite a shot from a distance. Good shot. The water hits the dragon square in the face, dousing the dragon's fire. Unable to defend itself with anything more than harmless clouds of steam, the dragon rolls aside the granite boulder and sinks off in shame, leaving the mirror behind. Take the magic mirror. Congratulations. This is the magic mirror, one of the 3 treasures of Daventry. We have our first treasure. Okay. Large caves at the edge of this meadow. Yes, that's the cave we just came from. Back at the goat. Go back to the goat in a little bit. First, I want to save my game. We're going to go to this house. This is the most marvelous house you've ever seen. It seems like it's made out of a huge gingerbread cupcake with frosting for a roof. The chimney is made of gummy bricks. The door and fence are made of candy canes, and sourball stones and gumdrops are scattered around the yard. Right in the middle of the witch's forest. Is that suspicious? Of course not. Eat the house, because what else would you do when you find a candy house in a dark forest but eat it? As you begin to eat the house, a squeaky voice from somewhere inside says, "Nibble, nibble, little mouse, who is nibbling at my house?" So that is the signal that someone is home. We should not go inside. So we leave, return, try again, same response. Keep trying until nobody's home. Okay. All right, we get a different response this time. Yum, the house tastes even better than it looks. This means nobody's home. In contrast to its delightful exterior, the inside of the gingerbread house looks dark and ominous. All right. Look, cabinet. Cabinet on the wall is rather plain and simple. Open cabinet. Look in cabinet. Sitting on the shelf is a delicious piece of Swiss cheese. Let's get the cheese. Take the cheese from the cabinet. Close it. Off in the distance, you hear a high, squeaky voice say, "I can smell someone tasty in my house." That's not good. Let's go hide real quick. Look at the dresser. So maybe it's not called a dresser here, called a table. It's just a plain wooden bedside table. Looks like there's looks like there's a note lying on top of it. Get the note. And the witch is back. Grab the note from the table. The witch mutters, "I'm going to get my cauldron ready to cook someone for dinner. Yum." The witch mumbles, "After I get the cauldron nice and hot, I'll be ready to have someone for dinner." Giggle. Okay. This is where we have to push witch. With a mighty shove, you courageously push the wicked witch into the pot. Her wild screams are suddenly cut off as she melts away into the oily green slime in the pot. Congratulations. Right, we picked up that note, right? There is a message written on the note. Sometimes it is wise to think backwards. Okay. Now we don't have to worry about the witch in the forest anymore. Ah, the troll bridge. As you start to cross the bridge, a huge hulking troll stomps into view and blocks your way. Talk to troll. "Well, what have we got here? You think you're going to cross my bridge, do you? Not for free, you ain't." Alright, well, we're not going to give troll bridges any treasure. Don't feed the trolls. It's good advice in general. Alright, so before I get anything, we want to look around. You see a fragrant patch of clover growing in this lush meadow. Look, clover. An unusual clover glistens in the middle of the patch. Let's get the clover. And we now have a 4-leaf clover. You're holding a large 4-leaf clover. "Gentle Sir Graham, I am your fairy godmother. Your quest is indeed noble. What little aid I can offer you is this protective magic spell, effective but a little while. I shall be watching over you, Sir Graham." Alright, I'm going to open the gate. And then close the gate so that goat doesn't escape. Show carrot to goat. There we go. Very clever. You tempt the goat with the carrot and he begins to follow you around. You've made a friend. Open gate. You had better wait for the goat, or he may not follow you. As you start to cross the bridge, a huge hulking troll stomps into view and blocks your way. It's a well-known fact that goats hate trolls intensely. Is that a well-known fact? You move aside and let the goat take care of this wretched, nasty troll. The goat lowers his head and runs straight for the troll, butting him right off the bridge and into the river below. That's the last you'll see of that troll. All right, talk to the man. Welcome, Sir Graham. I've been expecting you. Have you? I have something that will be of great use to you, but first, Sir Graham, you must answer this riddle. I'll give you 3 guesses. What is my name? Okay. Let's save the game again here, because this is tricky. His name is Rumpelstiltskin. Stiltskin. Make sure I'm spelling correctly, but you have to do it backwards. And that was that note in the witch's house. And this is just one of those weird Sierra puzzles. For every time you guess it wrong, you lose a point. There's many things that's weird about it. But what I usually do is I write it out and then write it in reverse. So does that look right? That looks right. That's right. Outstanding. I didn't think you were that clever. Yeah, that's hint book clever. As a reward for your sharp intellect, here are some beans. They're no ordinary beans, but it's up to you to find out why. Somebody as smart as yourself should have no problem at all. Well, step over here so I can give them to you. Here you are. Good luck on your quest. All right. We have what? Beans. You're holding a handful of small beans. Okay. Let's bring some place to plant. This is where I typically plant beans. There are a few screens where you can do it. You plant the magical beans in the fertile soil. Suddenly, something incredible begins to happen. Okay. I'll save. And climb beanstalk. Best be careful, young Graham. The mystic protective spell of mine is weakened and departed. Oh, that was the fairy spell, huh? Okay. Alright, so this is another one of the spots where I like to use the mouse cursor. It just helps with navigating these tricky paths. You are in the land of the clouds. It's rumored that a giant lives up here. has some eerie background music going on too. Look at tree. There's a hole at the bottom of one of those trees. Look in hole. You can't see inside the hole. Okay, let's get closer. You see a slingshot in the hole. Get slingshot. Reach into the hole and pull out the leather slingshot. Okay, this here we're going to wear the ring. I think we rub the ring, is that right? As you rub the shimmering ring, you turn invisible. Yes. The giant cannot see you since you are invisible. Actually, I think I did that wrong. Let me back up a little bit. I think I'm supposed to rub the ring when I go into the scene with the giant. Yeah, here we go. Rub ring. As you rub the ring, you turn invisible. Okay. I remember him, he has to like search for you or something, and he gets tired searching for you. I don't need to hide behind the trees, it's invisible. So that's a little bit different from the other, one of the other versions, the original version. You weren't supposed to wear the ring. You just hid behind a tree, where he couldn't get you. The giant is getting tired of looking for you. Seems like he may be getting ready to take a nap. Good job. The huge giant tuckered out from stomping around has fallen fast asleep. All right. Let's rub the ring. Take off ring. Remove the shimmering ring from your finger. Okay. I want to make sure we do that before it disappears and lose points for it. Let's get the chest. Slowly, carefully, you take the chest without waking the giant. And there it is. This magic chest, one of the 3 lost treasures of Daventry, is always filled with gold coins. I also picked up a leather slingshot. Small but sturdy slingshot, right? A few other things. Fragrant Swiss cheese. 5 smooth rounded pebbles. I think those are other things I didn't look at. There's 2 ways down this Land of the Clouds. One is through the caves. I don't usually do this. I'm actually gonna try it this time. The thing is, there's often a dwarf that will come and steal one of your items, but it's random. So he may come, he may not come. And if he does, then I'll just go down the other way. So the other thing is that if you don't answer Rumpelstiltskin's question correctly and get the or not able to guess the name, it actually gives you a key that leads to this cave and is the other way up the mountain. Oh, there's the dwarf. Sneaky little dwarf caught you by surprise. Did he steal anything from you? Yeah, I lost 8 points. He probably stole a magic mirror. Of all the treasures to steal. Okay, alright, we're gonna go back, and I'm gonna go down the other way. Let's not. We don't have to do this. There's an alternate way. Is the giant still sleeping? Let's see. Yes, he is. like nervous that I'm gonna fall over here. All right. Climb beanstalk. All right, 2 treasures. We have 1 more to go. This is the eagle we want to jump for. Time our jump. There we go. Condor. It's not an eagle, it's a condor. There is a hole in this part of the meadow. I see that. There's a large mushroom in the meadow next to the river. Okay. Get mushroom. This lovely meadow is split by a wild raging river. You can also see the castle in the distance. Far in the distance, you can see the spires and turrets of King Edward's castle. I don't think there's anything else that I need, right? Yeah, no. Okay. The further you get from the light, mustier it becomes. You are standing in a cavern with a wooden door directly across from you. A giant mouse is standing in front of the door. Hey, I ain't no mouse, capiche? It's a rat. Okay. Talk to rat. Hello there, my friend. You looking for anything in particular? You want to pass through my little door here, right? Well, maybe we can work something out. What's it worth to you? Give cheese to rat. Come a little closer. I can't reach it. Well, he looks really hungry, so we're gonna save. Cheese? Well, yeah, now that you mention it, I guess I am kind of hungry. The rat drools at the sight of the cheese and snatches it from your hand. You might want to count your fingers. Alright. You were in the antechamber of the Hall of the Leprechaun King. There are leprechauns in the room with you. Let's play the fiddle before they get near me. Wonderful job! Leprechauns find fiddle music irresistible. The moment they hear the music, they begin dancing a frenzied jig. Finally, swept away by the snappy music, the leprechaun guards poof right out of the room. Overhearing the fiddle music you played in the hallway, the leprechauns have begun to dance. As they do, they pop away in a fit of merrymaking. That girl on the top. Surprised she's not getting dizzy. Leave all your treasure behind. This is the throne room of the Leprechaun King. There is a scepter and shield near the throne, so let's get the scepter. You take the Leprechaun King's jeweled scepter. Is it stealing? Maybe? I mean, they would have taken it from me, right? They took my shield. You take the magic shield. Congratulations! Alright, new things in the inventory. Small, unusual looking mushroom. This is the magic shield, one of the 3 treasures of Daventry. The jeweled scepter belongs to the king of the leprechauns. Okay. First, let me save. Okay, here we're gonna eat the mushroom. Congratulations, you now have all 3 of Daventry's lost treasures. Now don't waste any time, bring the treasures straight back to King Edward before it's too late. Alright, let's get to the castle. That's odd. Why aren't the guards at their posts? More curious still, the courtyard is deserted. This area is usually filled. Okay. This is highly unusual. I begin to feel deeply disturbed, as if all is not right within the castle. You can faintly hear a commotion in the king's chamber to the west. There's nothing to be done. Our king's melancholy is too much for his heart to bear. Perhaps if Sir Graham had returned with the 3 lost treasures of Daventry. ... Gasp! It's Sir Graham! He's returned! Did he find the treasures? Shh! Listen. Your Highness, I am at your service. Did you succeed in your quest? I did, Your Majesty. The magic mirror, the magic shield, and the magic chest. I'm afraid it's a little too late for me, but if you've done superbly, my knight, as I promised, the kingdom is yours. I know you will serve her well. The king is dead. Long live the king. The crowd shouts, "Long live the king." And thus ended Sir Graham's great quest for the lost treasures of Daventry. Despite the loss of their beloved King Edward, the people of Daventry grew happy and prosperous and flourished for years to come. Will I continue? Oh, I have to press enter. Okay. And whenever King Graham looked in his magic mirror, he saw visions of adventures yet to come. For him, for his children, and for Daventry, the land he loved so much. The end. And we got our 158 out of 158 points. And that's pretty much it. This concludes my playthrough of the SCI remake of King's Quest I. If you made it this far and enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll come back for more.